And previewing the 2016 Millersville football season, I am here with head coach Greg Breitbach, and today we're covering the offense. First, we're going to start off with J.J. Page. He stepped in last year, kind of took control as the starter. What have you seen in terms of his game or jumps in improvement so far in this preseason?
Well, JJ's comfortable in our offense. He's been in it for 3 years. I think he has a very good grasp of all of our route concepts. He's got good grasp of our run concepts. And, you can just see his confidence in what we're doing out there, building as we go, practice in and practice out.
And offensive line, obviously that impacts JJ a lot. You lose a 4-year starter in Lenny Sinelli. How is offensive line looking like it's gelling so far?
Well, that's the big thing for JJ too. Is he's got to stay on the launch point and trust his offensive line. And as this offensive line starts to come together, we've got a senior in Derek Yoder at center. Derek's played a lot of football for us, 4 years now. So he's kind of the leader of that group. But you've got a couple of guys that I'm really excited about watching them play. Dylan Farrow and Brett Harris bring a toughness to our front line. They're very competitive guys, and they're more than physically capable of doing what we ask them to do. Brandon Caldwell, Kevin Lang, Gary Reyes are all three tackles. Gary's really come along. He came out of the spring #1, and we're looking for some good things from him. He's only a sophomore, but physically he's ready to do what we need him to do. And there's a host of other young guys in there. We've got 16 linemen on the roster, and I think really all of them physically can help us someday down the road if they're not going to do it this year.
And we'll switch to the running backs. Last year we saw Phil Overton, Sheldon Snell jump in there and get some good reps. What do you expect from the crop of running backs, including those two, in this season?
Well, we expect them to just do their job. They're going to be a big part of this offense. I think Coach Holder's done a great job with not only our pass protection up front, but our run schemes, and giving the running backs confidence that when we call a play and there's a hole there for them, that hole is going to be open and that they trust their tracks. And I think Coach Hinkle's done a good job of preparing the guys with the looks that they see in the run game. And I really look at Phil and Sheldon as leaders, even though they're second-year players. They've got 11 games under their belt. Both of them are pretty good with ball security. They both have unique skills, but both of them can do things in space, and they're both powerful kids. So you also have Mark Royers in there as a running back as well. So we expect him to contribute, the running back from Manheim Central. I think that running back depth chart will sort itself out as the year goes on, but you're going to see more than just Sheldon and Phil back there carrying the ball, I think.
And finishing with the receivers and tight ends. Last year, Kevin Wiggins was pretty much the go-to guy. He was pretty consistent, had some huge games. Who do you expect to step up and help him out? Because obviously you need a couple threats.
Right. Well, you always need more than one, and Kevin continues to work and continues to improve, and he's in his third season. He's got 22 games under his belt, so we're expecting a big year out of Kevin. A young man named Christian Kemp came out of spring and made some big plays in the spring game, and then has just continued to work all summer and improve, and he's working his way into that rotation as an X or a Z receiver. You've got guys like Joe Solera, Marcel Mingo, Nico Nikoi. They're all kids that are built into the offense and getting a chance. We've moved Blake Cahill into some receiver duties just recently, and he's a big body that can do some things, we think. And then also from the tight end perspective, you got Tyler Zillen, who's a guy, again, who has 22 games of experience, and he's a physical presence. He can catch the football. He understands it. And then we have two true freshmen there as well, Zach Brucher and Darren Metz. Both are big-bodied young men. They're physically able to do what we're asking them to do, and it's quite possible they'll be in the mix.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.